or delay of the area schools. Closings and delays are brought to you by these fine sponsors.
Melt Kitchen, LaPorte Community Federal Credit Union, Frank L. Kazai Funeral Home, Estlin Chapel, Surf Internet, Swanson Center, Allstate Prendergast Agency, and Castle Ford of Michigan City.
So for the latest in closings and delays, turn on your source for news, weather, and local information, 96.7 The Eagle.
A surging U.S. dollar is pressuring all markets today, including the ags. I'm Eric Pfeiffer, and this is Hoosier Ag Today's Friday Farm Market Update. Crude oil is down nearly $5 today. The Dow is down nearly 500 points. Gold
(219-362-0522). This is Sound Off on 96.7 The Eagle.
Hello, friends. Welcome to Sound Off. Today is Friday, September 23rd. My name's Nate Laux. I'll be your host today on this episode of Sound Off Radio Show. We are going through a bunch of candidates to introduce you to who will be on your ballot here in LaPorte County. We want you to know a little bit more about who you can vote for. Most people aren't Republicans. Most people aren't Democrats. Most people are independent, and they're deciding whether or not they want to support someone. But before you do that, you should probably know a little bit about them. And so we're introducing you over the next couple months to the candidates that are on your ballots. You get to ask some questions. Now, please do not call. We're not taking calls. We're trying to get as much content as we can into the shows, but you can still ask a question by texting me at 219-362-0522 or email at soundoff@967theeagle.com. If you're streaming with us on Facebook or YouTube, just put your question in the comments and I'll make sure we get those asked. Typically on these shows, we've had a lot more questions being asked than what can be answered. And so at the end of that, I email them to the candidates. They're allowed to then either, if they want to, some of the candidates have, some haven't, answer those questions on their own social media page. Just, again, they want to know what are the questions being asked in the community so that they can engage with them on their own as well. So even if we don't get to your question, doesn't mean it won't get answered by the candidate in another format as well. So today on the show, we've got LaPorte County Council District 2 incumbent Democrat Randy Novak on the show. I want to make mention, though, we did invite Randy's opponent, Aaron Kirk, to the show multiple times. He never got back to us. I want to tell you this again because I don't want to ever be accused of pushing one party over the other or pushing one candidate over the other. Candidates, listen to me. Check your email. You got to check your email. All right. Check the email you used to file your candidacy with the clerk's office. That's the email I have. The one that you used to file for your candidacy. You picked it. I didn't. You got to check it. All right. And if you can't be on the show, that's okay. I understand lots of people are busy. But this is a great way to have access to your voters and to the people that will be deciding whether or not you're going to be in that elected position on January 1st. So today on the show, we have, again, Randy Novak, LaPorte County Council District 2 member. Randy, how are you? Welcome to the show.
Great, beautiful day today, isn't it?
It is. I'm loving the fall. It is officially fall in Northwest Indiana, and I am absolutely loving it. I'm not a big pumpkin spice person, but I am a big 6'5", 260-pound sweater. So it's nice to not have to sweat when I go out.
See, and I would have pegged you for a pumpkin spice guy.
Yeah, no, I've heard that many times, but I'm actually not. Give me some green apple, and I'm ecstatic.
Definitely.
So let's talk a little bit about you and your candidacy. You are running for re-election. You're the incumbent District 2 County Council elected official for the LaPorte County Council. You're also the president of the council. So tell me a little bit, our listeners, maybe just checking in, maybe some people listening to the podcast for the first time, a little bit about who you are, and then also why are you running for re-election?
So my name's Randy Novak. This is my third term that I'm running for. I retired from the Michigan City Fire Department with 33 and a half years there, retired as fire chief. I've been doing real estate with my wife, Debbie, been married 43 years this month. We have two sons, been a resident of LaPorte County for over 50 years. Let's just put it that way. I got a birthday coming up. But so the thing is I guess the reason why I'm running I couldn't think of a better place that I'd want to live. I mean, LaPorte County it offers so much, and it is just a great place. And my family's here. We enjoy it. We love it. And that's my goal is to make it better, improve the quality of life for all the residents of LaPorte County. And I'm very sincere when I say that. This isn't a campaign slogan, because if you followed what I do and different things, we're working on a respite house in between the city of Michigan City and Healthcare Foundation in LaPorte County. We're working on a lot of different things. When the pandemic hit 2 years ago, regardless if you believe in the pandemic or not, there was a lack of information in LaPorte County. Everybody was kind of doing their own thing. I brought together a Zoom meeting every Thursday at 3:00 for 2 years, and we had as many as 70 people. The school superintendents, the heads of the hospitals, elected officials throughout the entire county. Everybody was on there, and we discussed, and so everybody got the same information every week. So my job is to be part of the solution, not, and keep LaPorte County moving forward.
We got Randy Novak on the show. Randy's running for re-election in LaPorte County Council District 2. If you have a question for Randy Novak, you're welcome to text me on the Liquor Vault on-air line is 219-362-0522. Again, that number is 219-362-0522. You can also email me at soundoff@967theeagle.com. So you've had a turn, right? You've had 2 turns on the council. And, when you're running for election for the first time, you get to run on a lot of hope, a lot of things that you would do if you were elected. But you have been elected. So let's talk a little bit about what you think are some of your biggest accomplishments in the last 4 to 8 years on the council. And what are you most proud of your service on the council?
So on the council, I've been there. This is my 8th year. Of the 8 years, I've been the president for 5 years. So, and I'm very grateful that my colleagues have elected me. The last 2 years, a Republican-controlled council. And yet still, because I pride myself on running a good meeting, keeping order there, and getting the business of the people done. Some of the things that I'm proud of is I also sit on the Redevelopment Commission. We're in the process of expanding sewer and water outside of Michigan City on 421. We're trying to do it over on 35 to improve things out there and create more jobs. And improve the quality of life for the people in that area. We've maintained a very good, very tight budget while continuing to be able to take care of our county employees, and that's something we're really working on now with this new lit that was passed this year. To try and get that done so that we can take care of our employees, which is our biggest asset in the county is the employees, aside from the citizens of LaPorte County. So those are some of the things. Being fiscally responsible and having a common sense approach to solving these problems, and it's been great. And it's kind of hard to go into all the different things, but I'm very, very active on the council. I joked with my wife that I think I'm the lowest paid full-time employee in the county, being on the council, because when I do things, I get into it, and it's what I do. This isn't a side thing. This is a commitment that I made to the taxpayers and the residents of LaPorte County. When they elected me, I represent everybody. So the politics is at the door, whether you're an R or a D, whether I represent District 2 or the entire county, this is what I do. So anybody calls me, I'll help you any way I can, and I pride myself on that. So I'm the only candidate. I wouldn't say candidate. I'm the only county council person that even has their phone number listed on the county website.
Will I get an answer if I call, though? Or is it, did you give Tom Dermody's number? That's what I would do. I just put Tom Dermody's number on there.
I like that. I think I'll be changing that later today.
All right. So tell me a little bit. You mentioned it, and we've been asking all the candidates. You guys, the council, the commissioner, and even a bunch of local governments voted in favor, either legislatively or kind of ceremonially, to vote in favor of an increase in taxes, the public safety income tax.
Right.
And the goal for this tax is to be used for public safety, which is something that you were obviously spent your life in
right.
fire, in the firefighting. So A, did you vote in support of this, and B, why?
I did, and here's why. So I came to the county, I believe Kathy Krobeck was the mayor. I can't tell you the date, but it was many, many years ago when I was a Michigan City firefighter. And I came to the county then because there was an attempt to put it through back then, and it wasn't successful. I think Councilman Terry Gardner was the only one that voted for it at that time. So it is something that has been very, I wouldn't say passionate, but it's been something that's always been there, a tool that's always been there. And with talking with the state and all our elected officials downstate, we talked to them about getting some of the $6 billion that they're sitting on downstate. And it's like, hey, how do we get some more of that money to help do things to give our public safety people raises? Because we're in the same boat with the sheriff, EMS, 911, where other adjoining counties are stealing employees because they're paying more money. Porter County has a surplus from when they sold the hospital, so they're in a unique situation. They have more growth than we do. So does Lake County, St. Joe County's in the same boat. So it is something that it just got to the point where we absolutely had to have it, and it passed. I believe there were 60 elected officials that voted, and I think there were 3 that may have voted against it out of 12 different county. That's counting the county, 12 different
local
government units. So. And with that, this last Tuesday, we had a meeting on the lit, and we're looking at giving the sheriff's office a substantial raise. We're working on giving the dispatchers a significant raise. We took care of the EMS earlier this year. We're taking care of those. And when you do that, when it comes out of that account, that frees up money in other accounts so we can take care of our other county employees.
All right, we've got Councilman Randy Novak, who is running for re-election in District 2 of your county council. If you have a question for Councilman Novak, you're welcome to text me at 219-362-0522 or email me at soundoff@967theeagle.com. We're going to take our first break of the day, and we'll be right back here in just a couple of minutes on 96.7 The Eagle.
Ben Conowitz here, owner of LaPorte Seamless Gutter. My parents started LaPorte Seamless Gutter in 1982 with one goal in mind, really. Our customers' 100% satisfaction. And we are still providing the same customer service that Tim and Seal Conowitz started all those years ago. Give us a call today for a free estimate at 219-362-9972, or you can visit us on the web, www.lpseamless.com. 219-362-9972.
LaPorte County's favorite Ford dealer, Auto Park Ford, in LaPorte and serving all of LaPorte County. Hundreds of pre-owned vehicles, all makes, all models, all at low Auto Park pricing with 0 down and as low as 2.9% financing. 2.9%. If credit is a concern, we want to help you get approved today at Auto Park Ford. Plus, we service all makes, all models, whether you bought it at Auto Park or not. Make us your one-stop shop for all your service needs. From oil changes to engine repair, hundreds of pre-owned vehicles, all at low Auto Park pricing with 0 down and as low as 2.9% financing. It's not just a dealership, it's an auto park at Auto Park Ford in LaPorte and serving all of LaPorte County, LaPorte County's favorite Ford dealer. AutoParkFordLaPorte.com. AutoParkFordLaPorte.com. 22 Escape 35.4, 0 down, $566 a month, 66 months, 2.9% APR, plus tax tag title to qualified buyers.
Swanson Center has been meeting the mental and behavioral health needs of LaPorte County since 1969. Our professional staff provides a full range of services, including counseling, substance use treatment, and psychiatric care. We accept all Medicaid and Medicare coverage and are preferred providers for most types of insurance. For more information, call us at 219-879-4621 or visit our website at www.swansonCenter.org. Swanson Center, meeting the mental health needs of LaPorte County since 1969.
Come out to the Burger Bar and Grill for that Chicken of the Week or Burger of the Week special. While you are there, ask about the concoction of the week. If it's the lighter side of the Burger Bar and Grill you are looking for, try one of their salads. The Burger Bar and Grill is located at 821 East Lincoln Way. For more information, check them out on Facebook or call 219-324-1144. With a full bar, dine-in, or carry-out available, you will find something for everyone at the Burger Bar and Grill located at 821 East Lincoln Way here in LaPorte.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too. And that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the Indiana Army National Guard. Aired by the Indiana Broadcasters Association and this station.
Hey, LaPorte County, Surf's fiber internet is more reliable and 25 times faster than cable. Get 1 gig speed and 2 free Eero whole home Wi-Fi routers for only $65 a month. No contracts and free installation at a price that's locked for life. That's right. The price you pay today won't jump up each year like cable. They are expanding to more neighborhoods every day. Visit surfinternet.com to check your address or call 844-955-SURF for details. That's 844-955-SURF. This is a limited time offer and restrictions may apply.
Michiana weather. 63 this afternoon under overcast skies. Winds out of the south, 5 to 10 miles per hour. 50 tonight, slight chance for scattered showers. From the Weather Center at HometownNewsNow.com, I'm meteorologist Paul Trombley. Right now, 61.
Thank you for tuning in to Sound Off. You can now text or email your questions directly to the studio. Call or text 362-0522 or email your questions to soundoff@967theeagle.com. This is Sound Off.
Welcome back, friends. You're listening to Sound Off on Friday, September 23rd, a beautiful fall day in LaPorte County. It's good to have you with us on the show. Again, don't call us. We do want to hear from you, though, so text us 219-362-0522 or email me at soundoff@967theeagle.com. We're trying to get through as many questions and things like that with the candidates over these election period. And so we want to get the questions to them and answered as quick as we can so that you and your voice is heard as well. So that's a question we received through our text line. Randy, I'll give it to you. How about taking RFPs on outsourcing some county office work? At least we would know whether we would or would not allow taxpayers to keep some of the money they earned. What is your, the idea is essentially, could we outsource some more of the work that is happening inside the county?
So to understand your question, outsource, say, what the treasurer's doing, or maybe something in the clerk's office,
sure,
or something in different offices.
Yeah, just in whatever way, right? So sometimes, for instance, cleaning services are outsourced already, but something like that where there's an outside kind of company that can come in and do some of maybe the light office work. These kind
some
of
the cleaning services are outsourced,
okay,
or were, but it's something to look at. But historically, I mean, you could do it, and then I guess eliminate some employees, and then you're paying a company to do it, and then they're 1099 someone, so we save on the benefits and do everything like that. I mean, it's absolutely an option. One of the things we've really been trying to do is, as a full-time employee retires, we're trying to encourage the department heads to hire part-time people to fill those positions and slowly get down to reduce some of the staff that we have, especially with the technology that we have now. So there's some departments that are doing a much better job than others. The other thing is some other departments also share employees. So like in the clerks, whether it's the auditor's office, the clerk's office, not the clerk, but the treasurer's office, back and forth. So during tax collection time, they need a lot of employees in there when the tax, receipts are coming in and everything else. The rest of the year they don't, but then the other offices need some help to do things. And so we got some people that are trying to do that. So we're trying to encourage a lot of things. The things that you got to remember is we have a lot of elected officials in the county. So the elected officials, I'm an elected official. We cannot tell other elected officials what to do. So it's not to say that budgetarily we cannot control number of employees, but they're elected officials the same way I am. So it makes it a very unique situation. It's not a mayor with a bunch of department heads. As you know, it's not all department heads. It's a lot of elected officials with the clerk, the treasurer, the auditor, the recorder.
So if I'm hearing you right on some of this, and please clarify if I'm not, essentially what you're saying is the council gets to decide and approve their budgetary requests, but there's a lot of autonomy for elected officials, for instance, the auditor, the assessor, the to use that money in the way that they deem fit. Correct.
We still have control over the budget, but it's difficult with the other elected. I'm not saying they're difficult.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's a unique situation to try and to taper it down. But it's definitely something we can take a look at.
All right. We've got Councilman Randy Novak on the show today. If you've got a question, please do text me, 219-362-0522. You can also email me at soundoff@967theeagle.com. I want to talk a little bit about, you've been on the council now for 8 years almost, or, you're finishing your 8th year. In that time, the county home sold. And there's been a lot of fodder, lots of talk online, lots of things happening there, politics, obviously getting in the way. You were on the council. I don't know if the council actually approved the sale or not. I don't know if that's a commissioner or council's decision. But I know the council was a part of some of these conversations because I did look through back at minutes, and the county home conversation did come up in minutes. In your assessment then, again, being that you were on the council then, what happened with the county home sale?
So there were several. So the county home, when it got down to, I think we had 3 residents in there. And you got to understand that there was I think it was an ARCH program with the state had changed so that they could not get any more residents. So it was the people that were there got to live out their time, but you could not bring in new residents.
That was a state thing?
It was a state thing, or this ARP funds. The funds that funded the county home limited who could be there.
Okay.
So there were a lot of restrictions on it. Those all changed. So county homes across the Indiana, I guess the country, or wherever, all kind of went away. So there was still a large price tag that we were paying out every year with the county home, maintaining the county home, doing everything with the county home. The council, because we seen these numbers were dwindling. So it got to a point where a couple of these residents that were left transferred somewhere else or went into some other type of living facility, and we had nobody there. So it sat empty for several years. Lots of grants were tried. I think there were 3 different attempts to get tax credits, grants and different things to repurpose it, whether it's for the homeless, whether it's for the mentally challenged, whether it's the veterans, different things. We tried, but the problem is improve the facility. It was between $6 and $10 million to bring it up to what it needed to be, because you got to remember, right now, if you went through there, the bedrooms, it's hallways of bedrooms, and there's only like 2 bathrooms per floor. So you would have to have everybody have to have their own bathroom. Everything else would need to be done. It's not ADA compliant at all. There's just a lot of hurdles to go over. So not to mention the condition that was there. There was asbestos, there's lead, there's all kinds of different things in there that need to be fixed. So it got to the point where it's sitting there, it's deteriorating. So there were people on the council that wanted it, pushed the commissioners to say, hey, let's have a sale, let's get something done. So the commissioners had a sale. The thing that I will say, in all this talk about, there was no sign out front and they advertised it. They sold the county home the exact same way that they sell hundreds of pieces of property every year in a commissioner sale or a tax sale. And never has there ever been a sign out front of any house or piece of property that's sold in a tax sale or a commissioner sale. So it was done in the exact same way that we liquidate the county, the commissioners. The commissioners have, that's their job, that they liquidate or sell off these properties to get them back on the tax rolls. That part was done the same way. As far as the issues of, well, wait a minute, there's all the new windows in there and all the roof on there. When we sell things in a tax sale, a house, let's say a house or a commissioner sale that's dilapidated and it's abandoned and it needs to be razzed and taken down, we don't go in there and go, wait, it's got good windows. Oh, wait, look, the roof's still good. Those things are way past that. We're trying to get it back on the tax rolls. The other thing is the windows and the roof were done long before I was on the council. And they were done when it was still occupied by residents, and you got to maintain it. So you can't not maintain it And you can't not put a roof on it, have a leaky roof. So we had to maintain it over the years. And then it got to the point where we ran out of options on it. And it was a huge liability. That's what it was. So if you've got something that takes $6 million to fix up, that's not an asset. That's a liability. And it's just sitting there getting worse, and that price tag's getting bigger. So it was sold. Whether you agree with there should have been a sign out front, whether you agree that they should have advertised it somewhere else or done something, that's an argument. It's the same way that they do the tax sales all the time. That was a commissioner's thing. They did it. There was an offer on the property back a few years prior to that. There was an offer for approximately $500,000, but it was for all like 120 acres plus the county home. Farmland is going so high today. A $500,000 off of that is such a low ball. It's equivalent to selling the county home with 5 acres for $50,000. Mm-hmm. The county home is the worst part of all that stuff that's out there. It is so bad. The generator that some people have said that, that's a $50,000 generator, and they just left it there. I just want to clear this up. That is a Korean, and for those people that are young, that was the war before the Vietnam War. A Korean War Army surplus generator that we got for free that went out there. That's not some brand new generator. That's not some high-tech generator. That's nothing. We looked at it, and when I say we, the county, looked at it, and it would cost more to retrofit it and to move it somewhere else to do something than to move that thing. So that's where it's at. It's for sale right now. I think I heard somebody said that they dropped the price from $800,000 down to $500,000. Guess what's not in front of it? There's no sign in front of it. So we sold it just like we sell every other piece of property. That's the end of the story. Nobody made money on it personally. Nobody did anything. The individual that bought it bought a liability, not an asset. And it's back on the tax roll. So now it's generating income for the county. But that's my version of it.
All right, we've got Randy Novak here running for re-election for the County Council District 2. If you have a question, 219-362-0522, you can text me. Don't call. We're not being answering these calls. But if you have a question, you can text me, 219-362-0522, or email me at soundoff@967theeagle.com. We're going to take another break, our final break of the day. We'll be right back here on 96.7.
For over 50 years, LaPorte has trusted Cannon's Automotive Service for prompt, efficient, same-day service. And that same Cannon's commitment extends to area businesses who rely on a fleet of one or many to take your goods or service to the customer. Whether it's the truck or trailer that needs maintained or fixed, trust Cannon's Automotive to maximize your productivity with same-day service. Now with 2 Cannon's locations, 710 Tyler Street and 909 Boyd Boulevard.
With Cannon's Automotive, we fix everything.
Vote Fagan 2022. Who is Sean Fagan? He's a lawyer. He's a Republican. Sean Fagan, running for LaPorte County Prosecutor 2022. Sean Fagan knows that LaPorte County is a great place to live, and he wants to keep it that way. Sean Fagan for LaPorte County Prosecutor 2022. Be safe. Be strong. Let's work together. Vote Sean Fagan 2022. This message paid for by Fagan for Prosecutor.
Take the next step in your construction career by becoming a union carpenter.
Some of the best pay in the industry.
Amazing health and retirement benefits.
Ongoing cutting-edge training.
Creating my own career path so I can do what I love.
High safety standards.
Great employment opportunities. Why will you join the Carpenters Union? Join the 75,000 men and women in Indiana who build our communities. For more information, visit the Construction Industry Partnership at indianacip.com.
Join 96.7 The Eagle every Sunday morning from 9 to 9:30 a.m. for Bethany Church's Sound Up. Enlighten your Sunday morning with inspirational words of faith from Pastor Dennis Meyer. Bethany Church's Sound Up every Sunday morning from 9 to 9:30 a.m. on 96.7 The Eagle.
Looking to try something new this week? Then take a short drive to visit the Hannah Hub, located at 2 Moore Street in Hannah. They have daily specials and fish fries every Friday night, including your choice of walleye, pollock, perch, bluegill, or frog legs. Saturdays, they have taco specials, and Sunday, enjoy 99-cent jumbo wings and a variety of sauces. Any day of the week you plan to visit the Hannah Hub, you're sure to find something to satisfy your taste buds. Open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. till 2 a.m. Call 797-8047.
Say it with flavor as you get things poppin' this wedding season. Chicagoland Popcorn specializes in helping the bride and groom develop their theme, select flavors, and create a distinctive look for popcorn bars and flavors. It's budget friendly and can be presented in eloquently prepared bags with satin ribbons and tags or displayed in rustic mason jars. The choices are endless. Enjoy the taste and aroma of unique gourmet popcorn at your next celebration or just because. Visit ChicagolandPopcorn.com for more details.
Hey, LaPorte County, Surf's fiber internet is more reliable and 25 times faster than cable. Get 1 gig speed and 2 free Eero whole home Wi-Fi routers for only $65 a month. No contracts and free installation at a price that's locked for life. That's right. The price you pay today won't jump up each year like cable. They are expanding to more neighborhoods every day. Visit surfinternet.com to check your address or call 844-955-SURF for details. That's 844-955-SURF. This is a limited time offer and restrictions may apply.
Hi everyone, I'm Craig Orndorff. On the next weekend in the country, we head back to late September 1982. When we were going through a recession. E.T. was the big movie at the box office, and the NFL players were on strike. And on the countdown, the hit makers were Kenny Rogers, Juice Newton, Dolly Parton, Alabama, Michael Martin Murphy, and Jerry Reed. We'll have them and more on the next Weekend in the Country.
Join us for Weekend in the Country this Saturday at a special time following your 6 a.m. news, brought to you by Haverstock Funeral Home and Cremation Services.
Thank you for tuning in to Sound Off. You can now text or email your questions directly to the studio. Call or text 362-0522 or email your questions to soundoff@967theeagle.com. This is Sound Off.
Welcome back, friends. Good to have you with us on our final segment of today's Sound Off. We're talking about the LaPorte County Council District 2 with candidates Randy Novak. We did invite his opponent, Aaron Kirk, on the show, but Aaron did not get back with me to come on. So we've just got Randy on the show today. And he's been talking about some of the ideas he has, answering your questions. 219-362-0522. You can text me, don't call me, or you can email me at soundoff@967theeagle.com. Here's a question we received. I'm a small business owner on Lincoln Way in LaPorte. I'd love to see the county agree to work with the city on getting some traffic moved away from Lincoln Way to make it more enjoyable to shop and eat outside. What are your thoughts on a potential corridor?
So, first of all, the council's role in that would be potential funding if a plan was ever put together. So we're not necessarily at the table talking different things. I would love to see, and maybe that's in the plans, the commissioners in the city of LaPorte administration sit down and talk about, and there's several plans, and they're talking about, is it Snyder Road? I think they're talking about Severs Road. Coming around there and different things, and the legislative meeting that you and I were at last week or the week before, it was discussed there. So I understand something has to be done. I'm being a council member, being in charge of the county finances. We're not at the table with that now, but there's got to be some way to make it work so that it works for the majority.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Here's a question for you, and again, I don't know what role the council has on this or what, but it is a question we received. How about taxing these solar industrial fields as industry, not agriculture, and lower tax abatement for them? There's really no full-time jobs. Farmers don't get tax breaks.
First of all, there's been no solar fields come to us for abatement, county-wise. As far as how it's assessed, that would be a question for the county assessor. But I would absolutely agree with you that it should be assessed at the lithium ion battery storage facility that I think is talking about coming to rural parts of the county is going to be a very highly taxed thing if it does come to pass. That's going through a lot of red tape and a lot of different things downstate and everything else. So I'm not saying I'm for it or against it. It's there.
All right, here's a question we received on Facebook. What are you going to do as far as raises for the county highways? They're county too.
So, as a matter of fact, I just had a conversation with several different employees and the superintendent. So, is what the LIT allows us to do is, since the sheriff, EMS, 911, some prosecutors, county community corrections, different things. Those raises we can take out of the public safety lit. So in the meantime, we have so much of a growth on our general fund every year. So that allows us, by taking those, it's the majority of all the employees were taken out of a different account now. That I'm hopeful that we're able to give more to the different departments like the highway department, because we do have some making up to do with the highway department. The highway department does a fantastic job. They've got so much roads and everything to cover. They do an incredible job, and we need to, they're on the list. That's all I can say. So, and for the people that say, oh, we're here and you're only going to give 4% or you're only going to do this, that, there's been no numbers discussed. So that anything that they've heard is just a rumor, that there's no official numbers have been discussed as far as raises for the rest of the county employees.
Now we've got Randy Novak, LaPorte County Council District 2 candidate, running for re-election. And we're talking to him. If you've got a question, you can text me 219-362-0522. I know last week, or last episode, when we had Justin Keel and Mike Kellums on the show running for District 1, there was a question from somebody in the 39th North Corridor, TIF district there. And there's been an ongoing feud conversation with the city about water issues, these kind of things. Mm-hmm. The question essentially, at the heart of the question was, why doesn't the county just put forward the money that area of the county needs to fix their water issue?
So the proposal from the city to fix it the right way, having a background in fire service, having certifications as inspector and different things, to fix it, the mayor's proposal to fix it the correct way, because you need a loop system, is $11 million. We don't have $11 million. So it is, here's my thing on it. 39 North did a great thing getting the water and the sewer out there in the time. Since then, there's been a lot more growth out there. The system may not have kept up with the growth, and something needs to be done out there. 39 North needs to either fix the problem that's out there or let the city fix the problem. And as far as annexation with the city, that is between the city and the residents out there. I don't think it's fair for me to say I'm for it or against it when that I don't live there, and I do. It's part of an area that I do represent. I've had no one call me, tell me they want it or they don't want it. But that, until I do hear from people, that is a personal thing. And with the new annexation laws, the people, it's not as easy to take property unless you go out and you get X number, the majority. So those people will have their opportunity to speak if that's something they want with the city.
But the idea of the council agreeing to put forth, I've heard, like you said, $7 million, $11 million, millions of dollars to fix this issue for them is probably not realistic.
So the redevelopment commission that I chair we're the ones that we've applied for several grants to get a water tower down at the end to give some relief so that we at least got water coming from both directions. We're the ones that are spending the money on the grants, doing everything, applying for all these things. So we're looking for solutions. It's small solutions. It's not a big loop plan and everything else, but it's what I would call it'd be improvement from what's there, but it's not the answer to all.
All right, well, that's it for the show today. I'm going to give you the final word. Councilman Novak, running for re-election in LaPorte County Council District 2. What do you want our listeners to know?
So I just want to say that by voting for me, you'll get a fair, hard-working person that continue to listen and respect all citizens in LaPorte County. If you take a look, and I encourage you to look at the candidates, I'm the one that has the experience before when I was at the fire department, multi-million-dollar budgets, contract negotiations, mediations, and contract expenditures. But the thing is I need your support to continue bringing a positive. I'm going to focus on positive, common sense approach to county government. And if you've watched the meetings, I pride myself that, we're there to do the business of the people, and we do it. And we try not to have, try and keep the shenanigans as low as possible. So,
all right. Well, thank you so much again. On Monday's show, we've got County Council District 3 candidates. Both will be here, Deb Vance and Mark Yagelski, and they'll be there to answer your questions and mine as well. Again, I want to thank you for listening. If you ever miss an episode, go to hometownnewsnow.com or just search out the Sound Off Radio Show podcast or Sound Off podcast wherever you find podcasts, and you'll find us there as well. Be good to yourself, be good to others, and keep listening to 96.7 The Eagle.
Thank you for joining us and voicing your opinion on this edition of Sound Off. The views on Sound Off are those of the host or callers and do not represent the opinion of 96.7 The Eagle, Spoon River Media LLC, or the sponsors. Sound Off airs every Monday and Friday at 12:30. Please mark your calendar and join us again for the next edition of Sound Off on 96.7 The Eagle. Your home for country music variety is 96.7 The Eagle, WCOE FM LaPorte.
Michiana weather.
63 this afternoon under overcast skies. Winds out of the south, 5 to 10 miles per hour. 50 tonight, slight chance for scattered showers. From the Weather Center at HometownNewsNow.com, I'm meteorologist Paul Trombley. Right now, 61.